Hey everyone, welcome into the Arena Gaming News Morning Show for Thursday, January 12th, 2023. I'm your host, X-Pat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleman Gaming. How you doing, Burley? Good morning to you. Happy Thursday. Yeah.
Good evening. Happy Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I pulled a little something in my back.
Oh!
So,
Oh no.
yeah, these robot bodies cannot come fast enough.
Yeah. So, yeah, those dreaded back strains. Yeah, it happens. It happens to us all. Yeah. So, regular day for me, but yeah, it was a pretty big day in the world of gaming news. Hey, Burley, we're going to be talking about some stuff tonight when it comes to basically the entire spectrum of the console gaming world. First, we're going to talk about obviously Division developers, the developer of the Division, saying that some things about trophies. When it comes to gaming and trophies, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the Xbox Developer Direct, because now it has been confirmed, and so we have some of the details for that. We're going to be talking about that alongside basically the main topic of the morning show. Oh, Ubisoft. Poor Ubisoft. Canceling games, delaying games again. It's just, what's wrong with Ubisoft? Are they tanking? Well, we're going to talk about that. But anyway, we're going to get into that right after this, so stay tuned.
There you go.
So the Division developer says trophies are bad for gaming, Burley. They're bad. They're bad for gaming. Achievements, bad for gaming on the Xbox side of things. So on PlayStation, trophies are bad. I know you've got a problem when it comes to trophies. You're a trophy hunter.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding?
Do. Come on,
and
man.
more morning to Dark Fairy in the chat. Yeah.
Hey, Dark Fairy, welcome on in.
I do have a trophy problem.
Yes, you do. Dark Fairy, can you confirm that as well? Does Burley have a problem with trophies in gaming? Let us know in the comments.
She's saying hello.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to read a little bit of this story. So, and then we're going to discuss it. And this is going to be a topic we're going to be discussing.
No, also. Never, she says. Good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just come on, Dark Fairy. Brutal honesty. That's what we need on this show. Brutal honesty. Anyway. So this topic we're also going to be discussing on the weekly edition of the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be recording that this coming Saturday, episode 118. So so stay tuned for that. But we're going to talk about this. So the Division developer and what he said. So the link to the PlayStationLifestyle.net article, which I am going to read now a little bit of. So the Division developer, Frederick Philander, has expressed how he thinks, quote, achievements, trophies have been bad for gaming, end quote. Sharing his thoughts on Twitter, Philander explained how these digital rewards, quote, narrows games down, disrupts and diverts attention, and eats resources that could have made the game better, end quote, or made games better, end quote. Responding to a comment, Philander expanded on his thoughts, saying, quote, I just think games should have the reward mechanisms most suited for them, and the one-size-fits-all mandate from platform holders to make reward systems that benefit the platform makes games worse, end quote. Despite working on the trophies and achievements for Mirror's Edge, Philander doesn't think the digital rewards are any good. So, Burley, your thoughts on this? What do you think?
Well, I got Dark Fairy. She also said that's why I put the LOL at no never. I agree. I've hated, I love and hate these goddamn things, because then you've got some games where it's like, now I gotta go back, I gotta grind and do all this crap that, you know what, it's like, it doesn't, and sometimes it makes it so more intimidating that it's like, I don't feel like going back to this game, so I just don't want to sit back and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, I mean, me personally, I don't care for trophies. I never
Mhm.
really have. I mean, yeah, if a trophy pops up, if I do, something in a game that merits the achievement or the trophy, then hey, great, But I mean, I don't play games for the trophies. You know, I know some people that are 100% completionists. They want to get every single trophy because they want to get their money's worth out of the game, complete 100% of their money's worth, and
Mhm.
I respect that. I don't mind people that do that. That's their prerogative. But me personally, I don't honestly care. But is it bad for gaming? I don't. Why would it be bad for gaming? I think it might, especially with those 100% achievement, hunters and trophy hunters. I mean, obviously it's good for gaming because that's one of the incentives for people to buy these games. What do you think?
It can be good, but I think it does more harm than good. Is a better way to look at it, because
Mhm.
you get like people that are OCD and stuff like this. It really triggers it out on
Okay.
people.
Okay. I can see that point. I mean, from that perspective, yeah, maybe it is bad, but I mean, what percentage of gamers, have that kind of problem or situation?
Yeah, that I don't know, but
Yeah,
even people that aren't OCD can make you kind of feel like OCD. And some of
like the
this,
stress levels and everything else you're
yeah,
like playing games and everything.
then you get the whole competitive nature of it with people and friends. Oh, you only got 35% of this in this
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like there are some
yeah.
goods to it, but there's a lot of bad to it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
in my opinion, this is something I kind of don't like, that this started during the 360 PS3 era,
Hmm.
and this is just continuing ratcheting up.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, I could understand from the competitive edge because as you know, I was a basketball player, and I was a super competitive person back in my younger days. And I hated losing. I mean, so I guess if I looked at it from this perspective, not getting a trophy would probably, set me off in ways that
yeah.
you probably could never imagine. Because I mean, when
Oh,
I was a basketball player, I would literally put my hand through walls if we lost.
yeah.
And
Well,
so, yeah, I mean, that's, yeah.
and plus, you were also
Yeah.
back in that time. That was of the generation of, you lost, you suck.
Yeah.
Why'd you lose? Yeah, all that kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
not like today where if you
All the
lost, it's
trash
a little.
talk. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Dark Fairy saying, I wanted to get 100% in God of War 2018. Just wanted to see if I could do it, and was happy to do it. I was able to. Yeah. So like that stuff, I'm glad for.
Yeah.
But overall, it's just not. I think it does more harm than good. There is good in
Congratulations on
it.
that, Dark Fairy, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. You got 100% on that. So, yeah. But, yeah, could you just imagine? I mean, back in those days, I would have probably destroyed consoles, and I was super competitive, dude. I mean, in everything. I mean, yeah, we've talked about this off of this, the streams and everything about the Michael Jordan documentary and how he
Oh,
was just super, majorly competitive in everything in life. Everything. I mean, that's pretty much how I was at that point in my life. I mean, I was pretty much the same way. And so I can understand where it can be a negative aspect on life. So,
oh.
but yeah. So
That is a great documentary, The Last Dance. I
The
highly
Last
recommend
Dance,
you.
oh, it's amazing. Yeah. I mean, that I played in his time. If I would have made the NBA, I would have been playing against Michael Jordan. If it wasn't for my knee injury. But yeah, I mean, cool stuff. Yeah, I
And we got
mean,
Dark Fairy saying thank you so much.
yeah, you're welcome, Dark Fairy. Welcome. So, all right. So, yeah, next up, we're going to be talking about the Xbox Developer Direct. So Burley, are you excited for the developer direct?
Yeah, I'm excited to see what we're gonna get in this.
Yeah, so definitely. So all right, so we're going to talk about that right after this. Actually, yeah, Burley's got the drone ready, so right after the drone flight we will be back with that story, so stay tuned. All right, Xbox and Bethesda's direct, developer direct. So how to watch. Yes, how to watch and what to expect. So this is from digitaltrends.com. So I'm going to read a little bit of this for you. So Microsoft has confirmed rumors that it will be holding a game showcase later this month called a developer direct. Developer direct. So what do you think of that, Burley? Developer direct. So Nintendo Direct, developer direct. Yeah. And then you have the PlayStation, their state of play. Yeah, but what do you think Nintendo's going to think of this? Hey, you're stealing our direct.
I think Nintendo's not going to care as much. They're going to be like, it's different enough, and I do like the name, Developer Direct. So you're going directly to the developer.
The developers, exactly. So this live stream will take place on January 25th and feature updates on Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda games launching over the next few months, like Redfall. Xbox doesn't typically do that many game showcases outside of events like E3, so this developer direct seems like Microsoft's own take on the Nintendo Direct or State of Play formula, as we were just talking about. But Burley, do you think this is going to become more frequent for Xbox to do these now?
I hope it is. I really do hope it is, because like Microsoft, you get these little things they do with some of the developers will show off, but they're not as heavily advertised as like the State of Plays or Nintendo Directs. So if you call these developer directs and you schedule them throughout the year and do stuff like that, I think they'll get more coverage.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'd like them to do more.
Yeah. Well, it's basically they're being transparent that it will be a bit slower paced than Nintendo or PlayStation shows. For those planning to watch the show live, this is how to watch Xbox's upcoming Developer Direct showcase. It's going to be on Wednesday, January 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Time. So Burley, unfortunately, you and I will not be able to do a live stream reaction. Perhaps maybe Carl and I'll have to talk to him later. Maybe Carl and I will be able to, on the channel here, do a live reaction to the event. We shall see. But anyway, Burley, you have said that you will join us in the chat if we are able to do that. So
unfortunately, from when it's going on, I still will be working. So it's like I can't easily cut out of work. So I can at least moderate and be in the chat.
Yeah, understood. So it's confirmed that the Developer Direct Showcase will be officially live streamed by Bethesda and Microsoft in the following 4 places: their Xbox's Twitch channel, Xbox's YouTube channel, Bethesda's Twitch channel, and Bethesda Softworks' YouTube channel. So other places like IGN and GameSpot are bound to also broadcast it as well, and some individual game developers that are featured might do the same as well. So in the Xbox Wire post announcing the event, Microsoft is transparent that the showcase will primarily be made up of, quote, extended gameplay showcases, end quote, rather than a flurry of brand new game reveals, kind of like the format of the Nintendo Direct and the State of Plays. So the post even detailed what players can expect from 4 particular games: Redfall, Forza Motorsport, Minecraft Legends, and The Elder Scrolls Online. That's interesting. So no Starfield, Burley. So maybe the next Developer Direct will be a Starfield event. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think next one, there's a good chance Starfield. I think Starfield, they're waiting because they want to get everything really ready before they show the game again, which is fine. And if Redfall is closer to coming out in some of these other games, why not?
Yeah, I think they're going to focus on Redfall the most. Yeah. And then possibly the next Developer Direct will be Starfield. But Yeah, interesting enough though. So I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to checking it out. So all of you, let us know in the comments what you think. What are you most looking forward to seeing at this developer direct? So we look forward to hearing from you in the comments. So yeah, all right. All right, Burley. So next up, Ubisoft.
Oh, Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft is they are having some problems, Burley.
Yeah.
They be having some problems. Obviously, they're they got more games that are being canceled. They've got and Skull and Bones again for the sixth time. It's going to be delayed. So we're going to talk about that right after this. So stay tuned. Burley, do you think Ubisoft is sailing into the sunset?
No.
No. Okay.
I think they're sailing into some dark waters.
Yeah. So anyway, Ubisoft cancels 3 announced games, delays Skull and Bones for the 6th time. So I'm going to read a little bit of this for you. This is from IGN. And Rebecca Valentine over at IGN. Ubisoft has announced that it has, for the 6th time, delayed Skull and Bones, as well as canceled 3 more unannounced games amid, quote, major challenges, end quote, in the industry. The underperformance of Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which is, from what we've heard, is a great game, but it's just not selling as well as they had hoped. And Just Dance 2023 and an upcoming, quote, restructuring, end quote. In a press release, Ubisoft outlined a new strategy for the remainder of its fiscal year, as well as lowered expectations for the last fiscal quarter. Ubisoft explains the move as a result of the company, quote, facing major challenges as the industry continues to shift towards mega brands and long-lasting titles that can reach players across the globe, across platforms and business models, end quote. Goes on to say, while Ubisoft notes its goal has been to build large overarching global brands, the release adds that, quote, games from this investment phase have yet to be released, while our recent launches have not performed as well as expected, end quote. Specifically, the press release later calls out Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope as underperforming in the final weeks of 2022 and early January, despite, quote, an ambitious marketing plan, end quote. Just Dance 2023 underperformed as well. In response to these issues, Ubisoft is delaying Skull and Bones for the 6th time and is also canceling 3 unannounced projects on top of the 4 it already canceled last year. For Skull and Bones specifically, the new target looks to be, quote, early 2023-2024, end quote. Assuming this means fiscal year, the sooner we'll see Skull and Bones now will be April of this year and maybe as late as December. Ubisoft is also depreciating 500 million euro of research and development on upcoming premium and free-to-play games and the games they're canceling, and it's looking to both focus on fewer games going forward and potentially restructure and reduce costs in the coming year. It's reduced its net bookings target for the quarter ending in December to 725 million euro from its previous target of 830 million euro. And from it goes on to say that it looks like there have been some restructuring situations, like the San Francisco Ubisoft. There were some employees there that were let go. So our best wishes to all of those in finding new employment and everything. But yeah, what do you think, Burley? I like Ubisoft's games. Obviously, I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. It's one of my favorite gaming franchises. But I don't know, man. I mean, if these trends with Ubisoft continue, maybe it will be their sunset. I don't know. What do you think?
Things have not been well for Ubisoft for a while, and to just delay the game and say as early as we could see in April or late this year. So this game is in a they know they've kept delaying this game. This is the 6th delay. They know this game is not in good enough shape to release.
Yeah.
And they know if it releases and this game does not do well,
Yeah.
they are in a lot of trouble. So they are trying to polish, get everything as well as they can to make this everything all of us want to play and buy. Ubisoft has not done well. Like Mario Rabbids, they say the aggressive ad campaign, the marketing. I saw very little ads for that game.
Interesting.
And like Just Dance underperforming, I'm kind of not surprised because we've had Just Dance for years and years and years and years. So it's like it's gotten to that point of less and less people are buying. I'm sure, I'm not saying anything on the quality. I'm sure it's a fine quality title. But it's a matter of people have bought it. It's like, why am I buying 2023 when I have 2020, 2021, 2018, or whatever number when you have? So it's like I think they just need to stop Just Dance for a little while, bring it back in a couple years. The thing is, like, they've gotten way too just doing the yearly releases on everything. On so many franchises, and it's like, you need to take a break from this. People are fatigued, and the thing is, there are other options to everything they're putting out. Like, to all these Ghost Recons, there's other shooters and stuff like that.
What do you think of, like, Ubisoft going to Microsoft and getting checks printed out to put their games on Game Pass more frequently now?
I'm sure they're in talks for that. I am sure they're in talks on that. But the thing is,
well, especially now, I mean, with the financial situation that they're in, I mean, it would probably be pretty prudent for them to do that.
I'm sure they're in talks with Sony to try and get checks too. Get money wherever they can, just to get cash flow running in. But the thing is they're in a bad spot because a lot of their games, their core series, people are kind of getting they're fatigued, they're burnt out, and they're like, I don't care.
Well, I mean, Assassin's Creed, come on. I mean, Assassin's Creed fatigue. I'm sure there's a lot of people with that right now. So,
and remember with how Valhalla came out, it sold well, but people were still not happy on that. So they are going to they're just in a bad spot, and they need to really make some changes. But I don't think they're going to do it. And the thing is the games they want to see by Ubisoft, we have no ideas when it's coming. Beyond Good and Evil 2, I think, is pretty much all but canceled. They just haven't said it because the lead developer left. Sands of Time remake, they stopped selling it, allowing pre-orders, and just have said nothing on it. It's all good. Dark Fairy, we were just chatting on a few things. But this is just Ubisoft is not doing well. They've made some bad decisions, and they got to play the game of what can we do. You need to listen to your fan bases. They have plenty of IPs they're sitting on that do nothing. And you don't need to make, the bigger games. Make a smaller game. You could make the small digital download a Rayman platformer.
That needs to come back. That franchise needs to come back.
I agree. Rayman Legends was so good.
Yes, it was amazing.
Like I bought that on the Wii U back in the day. Because originally it was supposed to be a Wii U exclusive. And then it came to multi-platform. Like, you don't need to sell me a $90 or $100 Rayman game here. You sell me a 20-30 digital download Rayman game. It's not as big as the others, but it's a good quality, just a good platformer. And when I finish it, I'm like, dang, I want more.
Well, with the Go ahead.
You'll get good reviews. You'll get good word of mouth, and people more interested to see what you're going to do.
Well, like even with the Assassin's Creed franchise, with like a smaller title, kind of like a Rayman, for example. Do you remember like Assassin's Creed India, Assassin's Creed China? You know those games. I mean,
I
those
never
were
played
great platformers, though. Great platformers. I mean, and Assassin's Creed Russia. I mean, yeah, I mean, games like that. I mean, you don't have to make the huge AAA spectacle all the time, to sell. So,
yeah. All right. I agree with you on that. Because just because you're a big AAA developer doesn't mean you need the giant games to make money.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Let's bring back, like, remember how popular in the late 360, PS3, early PS4, Xbox One, the just small digital download games that were budget price, but there were some really good ones out there you play and it was like, oh my god, I easily got my money's worth. I had a blast playing.
Yeah. I think that it's just, and it's not just Ubisoft. There's a lot of developers that are getting caught into the trap of, if the first game sells really well, then they have to make a second. They have to make a sequel. Then they have to make a third game and then a fourth game. I mean, like
and they just keep the franchise going instead
like
of
Watch Dogs. I mean, look at Watch Dogs. I mean, Watch Dogs. I mean, the first game was meh, okay. Yeah, the second game was justified, was good. They should have stopped there, but no. Then they had to go and do Legions. Yeah, and you know how that sold. Didn't do very well either. So, yeah. I mean, just one and done, Burley. One and done. That's what I want.
Agree. I agree. Like, not everything needs to be a franchise. Like I've said, one of my favorite games over the last couple of years, Hiroshima. I don't need a sequel. I got the Game of the Year edition. That's all I ever need.
That's right.
For that universe.
One and done. Just one and done it, man. Make new IPs. That's what we want.
Make new IPs, or at least in this case, like Ubisoft's got a gold mine of old IPs.
Right.
They can just sit, because all they've been known for years of late is Tom Clancy,
right?
Assassin's Creed, and
there was talks of Splinter Cell coming back, and now that's probably one of the games that's been canceled.
Well, they've announced that they announced the remake of Splinter Cell, so
we'll see.
But who knows? That's the thing. They have so many of these remakes and reimaginings of their classic titles. But we know none of their status. Like, they can't seem to handle projects.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Ubisoft, because there's got studios here in Canada, US, and all over the world.
Yeah,
I think Ubisoft needs to be consolidated. And I don't like saying this because people are going to lose their jobs. Like, I don't like this, but it's become way too bloated. It needs to consolidate down, focus in on what works, and go there.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments, what do you think of the situation with Ubisoft? What do you think Ubisoft should do when it comes to their IPs? Let us know in the comments. Should Skull and Bones just be scrapped? Or
they sank way too much money. That game ain't getting scrapped.
Yeah, it's not going to get scrapped.
With its 6 delay, they've shown they're not going to scrap that game.
They're not going to scrap it, but do you think it should be scrapped? Let us know in the comments. And should Ubisoft, as Burley's saying, should they, restructure? Let us know in the comments. Yeah. Burley, one final thing in the morning show for this episode. There was some other news about Hogwarts Legacy. We got a big name actor that's going to be the predecessor of Dumbledore. Simon Pegg is going to play the character. What did you think of that news?
Yeah, it was interesting news. I saw that on I think it was on Twitter. Yep. They announced it and did the tweet and is showing him working in the studio. It's like his voice is good for voice acting, so it's like nice to have it. And he is a British actor, so why not have a British actor set in a world that's based on Britain?
It's okay, Burley. Yeah, you don't have to be shy of saying that. Yeah, it's a yes. Yeah. Of course, the author is British. Of course, it's based in Britain. So, yes, the United Kingdom. Yes. So, all right. So I think that's going to do it for this edition of the morning show. So anybody that came out and viewed us or is going to view video on demand later on, thank you so much for all of your support. I want to thank Dark Fairy, of course, for being in the chat. Thank you so much, Dark Fairy. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to that developer direct from Xbox. See what comes. Probably they're going to show a lot of Redfall in that. So, yeah. And so of course, if you like this episode, please hit that like and subscribe and the notification bell, of course, for when we drop a new episode here on the Arena Productions, of course, or any of our other shows. I just finished earlier tonight recording the latest Star Wars Republic show episode. It's our spoiler recap of season 2, episode 3 of The Bad Batch. So that's going to be going up to the channel later today, later in the morning for all of you out there in the West, later in the evening out here in Asia where I am. So stay tuned for that. If you've seen the episode, obviously. If you have not watched the episode, please go and watch it because it's spoiler filled. So, and then obviously our next episode of the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast, episode 118, is going to be recorded on Saturday, and we're going to be talking a lot of Persona in that episode. So stay tuned for that. Burley, any last words before we sign out for tonight?
No, just thank you so much to everyone watching this live. Thank you, Dark Fairy, and to anyone watching this video on demand. Thank you so much. Don't forget to, if you can, you want to support the show, click the join button so you become a member. Yes. It supports the channel, but you also get cool little emoticons and stuff to interact with when we do live streams for the morning show and other live streams that we'll be doing throughout the year.
Yeah, join the channel, man. Help us support our content here. All of your support can help make us a greater channel and bring more awesome content to all of you. So thank you so much. So, all right, that's going to do it for this episode of the Arena Gaming News Morning Show for Thursday, January 12th, 2023. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleyman Gaming. We hope to catch you tomorrow for the Friday edition of the morning show. So take care, everyone. We hope to catch you tomorrow. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.